Liverpool step up their Ibrahim Mbaye pursuit. Salah appears in his new club shirt. Trent return talk explodes again. Liverpool make a defender decision. Van Dijk's classy moment goes viral. Reds ready for a £70 million sale. Let's jump into the details. Liverpool exploring Ibrahim Mbaye transfer as PSG star stance on move emerges. Liverpool want to sign a winger before the summer transfer window shuts, and while Paris Saint-Germain's Bradley Barcola remains their top target, teammate Ibrahim Mbaye is also of interest. Liverpool are exploring the conditions of a deal for Paris Saint-Germain winger Ibrahim Mbaye, who'd reportedly be open to joining the Reds. Mbaye, 18, is being pursued separately to his PSG teammate, Bradley Barcola, whose £145 million valuation has seen the move stall. With less than a month to go until the summer transfer window closes, Liverpool are intent on signing at least one winger. It comes after Mohamed Salah departed Anfield earlier this summer, while Cody Gakpo continues to be linked to an exit. The Times report that Liverpool are interested in Mbaye, with PSG valuing him between €40 million, £34 million, and €50 million, £42 million. It's added that Bayer Leverkusen are also keen on the French-born Senegal international, whose sources say will be attracted to Anfield. Mbaye, who can play on either side of attack, became the youngest player to start a game for PSG at 16 years and 6 months old. But his pathway appears to be blocked with Ousmane Dembele, Kvaratskhelia, Desire Doué, and Barcola still at the club, while PSG have also made offers for Monaco star Magny's Akliouche and Ajax's Mika Götze. Liverpool previously wanted to sign RB Leipzig winger Yen Diomande, making a bid worth £85 million, which was rejected. In any case, however, Diomande preferred to move to Real Madrid, which he's now on the verge of getting. In addition, Liverpool kept tabs on Anthony Gordon before Newcastle sold him to Barcelona, a deal worth up to £69 million. The Reds have already signed one wide forward this summer, welcoming Osasuna's Victor Munoz for £34 million. But with Munoz being a left winger, Liverpool wants someone for the opposite flank. That's a position which Salah had nailed down for 9 years. Mbaye, who joined PSG at the age of 10, has played on the right in 36 of his 47 senior appearances. In the role, he averages a goal or assist every other game. Mbaye scored 1 goal, notably against France, in 4 appearances for Senegal at the World Cup. New Liverpool boss Andoni Iraola made his desire for a winger clear at the start of preseason. There are obvious situations where we need to sign players, Iraola said. Winger, for example. We definitely need to sign a winger, but there are other situations where we will have to analyze what the market gives you, what is the cost, how we also see the players we have. Mohamed Salah spotted a new shirt for first time as Liverpool icon mobbed after transfer. Mohamed Salah is joining a new club after weeks of speculation over his future, having left Liverpool this summer. Following 9 years at the club, Mohamed Salah has arrived in Istanbul wearing Trabzonspor's shirt, having agreed to join the Turkish side after leaving Liverpool at the end of last season. The 34-year-old will pen a 2-year deal, according to reports. The Egyptian had been heavily linked to a move to Saudi Arabia, but clubs in Turkey also pushed hard for his signature. Talks with Besiktas over a transfer took place last month, only for the move to break down. But it's now Trabzonspor who have won the race for his signature, with the club announcing they were in transfer talks with Salah on Tuesday night, and that he would arrive in Trabzon on Wednesday. They stated, "Professional footballer Mohamed Salah, with whom we have begun transfer negotiations, will be at Istanbul Ataturk Airport General Aviation Terminal at 12 o'clock on Wednesday, August 5th. The player is scheduled to arrive in Trabzon on the same day in the evening hours. The time and other details regarding the welcome program in Trabzon will be shared with the public through our club's official communication channels during the day." Salah was greeted by several journalists outside of the airport as well as fans. Salah will link up with Manchester United goalkeeper Andre Onana, who has returned to the club on loan for a second season. Former Manchester City defender Stefan Savic is another ex-Premier League player currently plying his trade with the Super League side. Salah bid an emotional farewell when his plan to exit the Reds was announced in March. Liverpool is not just a football club. It's a passion. It's a history. It's a spirit, he said. I can't explain in words to anyone not part of this club. We celebrated victory. We won the most important trophies, and we fought together through the hardest time in our life. I want to thank everyone who was part of this club throughout my time here, especially the teammates past and present. And to the fans, I don't have enough words. The support you showed me through the best time of my career, and you stood by me in the toughest times. It's something I will never forget and something I will take with me always. Trent Alexander-Arnold facing ultimate Liverpool dilemma. Why not go back? Liverpool is facing growing calls to re-sign Trent Alexander-Arnold this summer, with Michael Owen joining the chorus of voices, while also expressing a doubt over return. Michael Owen has joined the growing voices suggesting Trent Alexander-Arnold should return to Liverpool, although the former striker does see a problem should he head back to his boyhood club. The Reds are facing calls to re-sign their former vice-captain, who has endured a difficult first year at Real Madrid. Injuries hampered his inaugural season at the Bernabeu, leading to him making 30 appearances in all competitions, including just 14 starts in La Liga. He was subsequently snubbed for a place in England's squad for the World Cup by Thomas Tuchel, and his position at Real looks to have come under further threat this summer following the return of Jose Mourinho as manager. Denzel Dumfries has been signed from Inter Milan to offer competition at right back, with Alexander-Arnold's spot in Los Blancos' side looking far from assured heading into the new season, which has led to some pundits suggesting he should head back to Anfield. Liverpool itself hasn't had a great year, either following Alexander-Arnold's departure, and it already looks as though it will be short of options at right back with just over 2 weeks until the 2026-27 campaign gets underway. Former Red striker Owen, who now helps UK gamblers compare online casinos as the British ambassador for Casino.org, knows all about leaving Liverpool for real, although he didn't return to Anfield when he left the Bernabeu after a year in 2005. He feels that a move back to Merseyside could be right for Alexander-Arnold, though. I don't see why not, Owen said. He knows the club so well, he doesn't need time to fit in. He is a world-class player. Liverpool have a new manager now, so he can fit into his plans well. So he would be a big asset to the club. Owen did express some concern about a potential return for the right back, though, adding, "They say never go back, so this would be the only doubt, plus some of the noise outside the club could mean he may not want to go back. But for me, absolutely why not go back to Liverpool? He has won everything and can do well again." Liverpool.com says, "There's an obvious appeal in re-signing Alexander-Arnold in the fact that Liverpool looks set to go into the new season with just one fit senior right back, and Jeremy Frimpong hasn't convinced a lot of people so far. A return to Anfield would be difficult, though, not least because of the manner in which he departed. Not to mention that leaving Madrid after just a year would effectively be an admission that he got all wrong. We can't see him leaving Real this summer willingly, and you wouldn't expect a Spanish club to sell him soon, even considering how cutthroat it can be sometimes." Liverpool's stance on signing new defender amid Andoni Iraola concern. Liverpool is extremely low on centre-back options, with fans clamoring for new signings at the position, as the club appear to have already made their stance on potentially bringing in a player. Liverpool is reportedly not looking to bring in another centre-back this summer, despite having Virgil van Dijk as the only current recognizable first-team player fit and available. The Reds do have 4 first-team centre-backs, in Van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Giovanni Leoni, and Jeremy Jacquet. However, Gomez, Leoni, and Jacquet have all been injured throughout preseason. Gomez and Leoni are set to both be out for the start of the season, with Jacquet yet to figure for the Reds at any capacity. Liverpool have used both Wataru Endo and Ryan Gravenberch at the position in the past, but it is not their optimal role. Numbers have been so short that the club's assistant manager Tommy Elphick had to fill in during their preseason tour. But according to Sky Sports, the club are very unlikely to sign another player at centre-back. Speaking on Sky Sports, Mark McAdam was asked whether Liverpool will be looking to sign another centre-back. He said, "Well, no is the answer we are being told. Giovanni Leoni came in last season and got injured early on, and Jeremy Jacquet has come in this summer and has been injured as well. There's a number of options that are injured. My understanding is that Liverpool will not go into the market to sign a player for the next 4 to 6 weeks. Do you spend £50 million, £60 million on a defender And then in 6 weeks' time, when everyone's fit and back, what's he going to do? Sit on the bench? Sit in the stands? It doesn't make financial sense. They're just going to have to ride through the storm and then wait for their players to come back. And then they will be at full strength at the back. Liverpool has seen youngster Fani Ndukwi impress in preseason, with fans asking to see him given an opportunity. However, they must let him leave on loan with him banned for playing in the UK this season, as he does not meet the necessary points to get a work permit in the UK. This will open up an opportunity for 18-year-old Mortala Ndiaye to feature, having done so in preseason alongside Ndukwi. Liverpool.com says, Liverpool appear to be very strong on their decision to only have 4 first-team centre-backs at the club, having done so and not address additions despite having injuries in the past. If Liverpool had Ndukwi available to them this season, fans may be a little more at ease. But going into the campaign with only Van Dijk and Xhaka healthy will undoubtedly be a worry. The club should consider bringing in a low-cost, veteran Premier League player to soften the blow. Virgil van Dijk's behavior toward Giovanni Leoni sums up Liverpool captain. Giovanni Leoni has credited Liverpool skipper Virgil van Dijk for helping him to the last year after the Italian tore his ACL during his debut for the Reds. Giovanni Leoni has said Liverpool captain Virgil van Dijk helped him through the last 12 months while rehabbing his torn ACL. The Italian, signed by the Reds last summer from Parma, played just once for Liverpool during the 2025-26 season, featuring in a 2-1 third-round Carabao Cup win over Southampton. However, late in the contest, Leoni tore his ACL, an injury that has left him sidelined since. If there is one player who knows what it takes to come back from an ACL injury, it is Van Dijk. The Dutchman tore his ACL during the COVID lockdown season of 2020-21 following a horror tackle from Everton goalkeeper Jordan Pickford during the Merseyside Derby. Van Dijk, who suffered the injury in September 2020, returned in July the following year, helping Liverpool win the FA and EFL Cups and challenge for Premier League and Champions League. While there is no time frame on when Leoni will return, the Italian is edging closer to getting back onto the pitch for the Reds. Speaking to Liverpool's club website, the 19-year-old said Van Dijk's support has helped him tremendously during his time on the sidelines following his torn ACL. He helped me a lot, says Leoni of Van Dijk's support. It is not just Van Dijk, however, that Leoni is credited with helping him through the dark times either. The teenage defender also paid tribute to Liverpool supporters for being with him during his rehab, with Leoni thanking them for lifting his spirits. The supporters, have always been with me, continued Leoni. I can feel that we did this journey as a rehab together, because even if they didn't see me, I receive a lot of messages on Instagram on everything. Without them, I couldn't be where I am now. So, I'm really glad to have that. I didn't expect that, but as I told you, I'm really glad to have them, and I can't wait to get a lot of good days and games together, to win, to do a lot of good things together. Last month, Liverpool boss Andoni Iraola confirmed that, among the Reds' long-term absentees, Leoni is the closest to returning to action. Right now, we have different situations in terms of injuries. Iraola said, the 3 that you said, Hugo Ekitike, Connor Bradley, and Leoni, that are big injuries. It's taken them months to recover. With the others, we'll have to wait more. I think the closest one to returning is Leoni. Connor and Hugo, especially, are way off. We are talking about months and still a lot of time out. With the Reds' options in defense currently looking thin, Leoni may be asked to play a major part in Liverpool's campaign this term. Currently, Liverpool boasts 4 senior centre defenders: Van Dijk, Leoni, Joe Gomez, and Jeremy Xhaka. Liverpool ready to sanction £70 million sale. Conditions set for Star to leave. A surprise Liverpool sale is on the cards. The Reds are ready to sanction a £70 million departure on one condition. Are Liverpool going to finish their squad building in time? In all honesty, probably not, as the season starts in under 3 weeks and the window closes in under a month. Liverpool haven't even sorted who's staying, let alone found replacements, and there are already gaps. Who is playing from the right now that Mohamed Salah is gone? Who's playing right back with Connor Bradley out? Is Ibrahim Mbaye just not getting a direct replacement? Or are we pretending it's Jeremy Xhaka, a player signed back when it looked like Kane was staying? Now, there are even questions about Cody Gakpo, who could be leaving Liverpool for Tottenham Hotspur. It's far enough along that the Reds have set an asking price. In fact, with Anfield Watch exclusively revealing a £72 million valuation. Sky Sports report that this won't just be about that valuation, though they claim that Liverpool will not sell without a replacement in place, and that condition could hold things up. Of course, we're all very aware of who that replacement is. Liverpool want to sign Bradley Barcola from Paris Saint-Germain and are hoping to talk the Parisians down to a reasonable figure. We imagine those talks depend on who PSG can get in as their own replacement. Once it happens, the dominoes can fall and Gakpo likely ends up at Spurs. Still, that means there's a little ways to go. Liverpool are open to selling the Dutchman, but only if they can get that replacement in. And Spurs pay the correct amount, of course. That's all for today's Liverpool Transfer Roundup. Let us know in the comments which story surprised you most, and whether you think Ibrahim Mbaye is the right signing for Liverpool. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another Red Transfer Wire update. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.